I think, oh, it's not really going to be a serious fishing day or something, and I don't bring that rod holder that goes on the side of the cooler, she ends up sitting them on the bow of the boat on the cooler casting, and she ends up hooking something and has nowhere to put the rod down except down on the deck of the boat. And she's like, why didn't you bring this? You did this to me again.
Yeah. And that one, that mounts. It's pretty cool how that mounts, right? That actually, so it's the aluminum one.
That is the powder coated aluminum rod holder.
So that one slides into the existing tie down slot, right? And then, I believe on the crossbar, we have a slot so you could still use the tie down if you need to. So that's one example of, you do use it?
I have to use it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because my cooler sits right on the anchor locker on the front of the boat. If it's not strapped down, that thing's coming back.
Because you love your wife, right? Otherwise she'll go flying off.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why it's there.
No, but, I think we've got some really cool different accessories that you could add, to your Yeti cooler. So that's the metal rod holder one. We also have a starboard rod holder one that incorporates a Plano tray and a couple of different tool holders. That one's pretty nice as well.
Yeah, that's really nice. It's a little bit more bulky, so something I wouldn't necessarily put on the bow of my 13-foot boat. Yeah. But it's really convenient if you're taking your cooler in like a maybe you're beach fishing,
like a pier cart or something,
or pier
like
cart
that.
or something. It works really good if you have more walking space. Like I just don't have the walking space on mine, so that's why I like that lower profile one. But if you have more walking space around the cooler, it's a really convenient way to add tackle storage and rod storage to a boat.
Yeah, I think for the guy that's fishing on a pier or beach, it's perfect. A lot of times when we're doing donations or whatnot to a lot of different foundations, we'll include one of those on the order for them. And it gets, really good feedback from a lot of people.
Yeah, it's a great donation. I mean, a lot of people have Yetis, and it's a really nice, it adds a lot of functionality. Another one is, the cooler top cutting boards. Yep. So we spent a lot of time engineering that so that the tabs slide in, and are tight on that side. And I believe all the side mounted accessories are also compatible with the cooler top cutting board because they don't use that same tie down, right?
Right. And the tabs that those use are thin, so it works out really well. Both the tabs for the cutting board and the accessories are thin enough so that you can have both in there and still close the lid to the cooler.
And one of the things I think that's unique about the cooler top cutting board is you'll see, when I first started here, you'll see little spacers that come with it. I first started, what are these for? And, the logic behind it is those spacers that if you wanted to add, you'll see a lot of people nowadays will put, a cooler top foam pad. We offer something similar on the cooler, which allows it to accommodate that extra tolerance there at the top of the cooler to still hold it.
So if you really want to pimp out the Yeti, you go foam pad,
cutting board
on top.
Side accessories,
drink holders on one side, rod holders.
That's
you got the drink holder one too.
So if you're not fishing, you've got a drop on drink holder on the side, which again is convenient because you can access the cooler. It goes in that same tie down spot. You don't lose your tie downs because we reintroduce a new tie down spot.
I ran into that trouble just sat on Sunday at the sandbar.
How so?
I was getting Cokes for my wife and my father-in-law and myself, and I didn't have anywhere to put all three down.
You only have two hands.
Because I only have two hands. So here I am, I'm bobbing around at the sandbar, boats are waking us and stuff, and I don't want to set my Cokes down right there. And that would have been nice to have.
We'll sell you the drink holders here.
But the prototype
2% discount for
the prototype Shark Deck pad is doing pretty good.
Yeah. No, I think that that is something that we came out and prototyped a lot of the different sizes of the Yetis, but something that is unique as well. We offer a cut to size version where you can choose your radius, and I've seen some people. There's one guy that had ordered a pad for the top of his Go box using the cut to size because we hadn't actually engineered that pad yet. So just using our cut to size and looking at his radius, he made a nice pad for the top of his Yeti Go box. So it definitely a lot of different things we can do for Yetis.
That's awesome.
One other specialty one, which is a little more edge case, but different accessories for paddleboarding. A lot of people bring a 35 Yeti, and that's their seat on a paddleboard if they're fishing. Is using that same technology where it's dropping into the side of the tie downs is a little like leaning post backrest. Excuse me, which is pretty slick as far as having a place to lean against.
Yeah, that is nice to have. Or just having some of those accessories on the paddleboard with you.
Absolutely.